Hey kiddies, Sean here. Hey, I'm just driving down my road here, and right by the Lazy BS Ranch. This is just down the road. About some of y'all seen my my videos when I go fishing. There's two spots kind of right outside my door. One of them's about 5 minutes down the road I live on. The other one's on the other side by the Chicopee River. And right now we're just passing the little fishing spot. Turn you around here. Well, all you can see is my dash, but look around. That didn't work at all. Yeah, right there, about 5 minutes down the road. But let me show you what's about 5 minutes more down the road here. This is a cool spot that I think people like to see. I've actually come out here twice and filmed 2 videos on this spot, and both of them had messed up audio, and so I'm going to try it one more time. We're going to see what happens. But with Halloween right around the corner, and it's getting to be very fall-like here in the Pioneer Valley, Massachusetts, because the leaves are falling and it's getting cooler. It's really nice out today. It's 71 degrees right now here. And I just pulled up at a really cool spot. Again, like 10 minutes down the street from the road. Let me flip you all around so you can see what we're at here. Ready? How about that? Let's go check it out. This old burial ground, which is what they called them in colonial United States, is about as old as it gets for the immigrants, us, the colonials who came over from Europe. This is the East Ould Cemetery. And there's graves in here from the early 1800s all the way up to the 50s, and it's just a really nice, neat old burial ground here. At some point the name was changed to Liberty Cemetery, but the original name was the East Ould Cemetery. There's the Liberty Cemetery sign right there. Here comes a car. Woo. Beautiful spot. See the farm down there? We're just kind of surrounded by farms, and there's a lot of houses too around here. It kind of looks like we're out in the middle of nowhere, right? But that's part of the charm of New England, is this kind of stuff just pops up everywhere. Let's go. What do we got here? I'm gonna get my shadow out of the way here. David S. Payne died April 19th, 1838, at 51 years old. There's one from 1860, from right around the time of the Civil War. Part of the charm of this place is actually there's some veterans buried here. We'll go down and look at this guy right here. He's the very beginning of the cemetery. Because the cool thing too about this cemetery is you don't have the salt air like a lot of the old cemeteries in Boston, where they get blasted with the salt to where you can't, from the ocean, the Atlantic there, to where you can't really read them. These are preserved really well, especially even the really old ones. How about that right there? That's a Civil War veteran, and that's a Civil War vet that actually perished during the war. That's a federal marker there. Elijah Wright, 16th Massachusetts. And here are the markers that I believe it's VFW places these, but yeah, there's the Civil War marker with the American flag, which is really neat that they do that even out in these old cemeteries out here, huh? Y'all hear that raven going in the background too? if you dig Halloween, man, this is a place to come and do it. I'll tell you, that's New England, because fall just kind of throws up all over the place out here. More grave markers. There's another veteran over there, Civil War vet, and that big, this big one right here. C. Barrett. There's two Civil War vets under that family marker there. Wish the cows were out. Cows aren't out today. There's a donkey too over there. Oh, there's the cows. Cows. I called them. Huh. One thing you see in New England a whole lot too is there's a lot of black granite around this area, and the fields it's really rocky, and so you see a ton of these. Whoop, I just flipped myself around. Well, I'll just talk to y'all. You see a ton of these walls like that back behind me of stacked stone, and those go back to the colonial times when they were out here clearing fields for farming or for a graveyard. They would take the stone that they cleared and just stack it along the perimeter, the border of the field, and so you see those stacked stone walls everywhere, and that's from clear back 1600s, early 1700s. Let me spin you back around and we'll look again here. Whoop. Woo. Get out of the way here. Joel Jenks, only 18 years old, and died in 1817, January of 1817. Boy, it's too bad when you see the ones that have fallen off. Like, here's another Jenks. He died in 1878, and his wife, who died in 1876. Huh. I do believe that they do come out and you know, kind of keep this place pretty well, but unfortunately there are a lot of stones that have been knocked over, either by nature or, you hope, not by vandalism. Now, here's some oldies. You can tell by the black granite, you can tell they're handmade, and you can see the weathering on the back of them. But again, my shadow's going to be in the way here, but this is Miss Huldah Hostin, wife of Philip, died January 31st, 1807. Think about that, man. The United States has only been the United States for 25 years. These are people that saw the Revolution. 1814. Miss Rebecca Halston. Oh. Wife of Philip Halston. Well, what do we got going on here? I think Phil had two wives there. That's pretty weird. Here's one from 1819. You see the old ones down, you know, the ones from the 1600s, like down closer to Boston, they always have that death's head right here, but here they're getting a little more kind of pious looking in the etchings. Yeah. But yeah, here's another Civil War grave, and again, federally marked. 37th Mass. Philo Hognoy, Philo Hognoy, 37th Mass. 1825, that one there. But This is what really, when I found this place and started looking around, this is what really got me intrigued was the veterans' graves in here, because not only do we have Civil War vets buried here, but look at this right here. This is the grave of, let me get my finger out of the way. Come on. This is the grave of Mr. David Payne. Departed this life July 2nd, 1807. And it says he was a friend to religion and piety. But what I think is really cool about this grave is you see the veteran marking. So he's a United States veteran that died in 1807, which means this gentleman fought in the Revolution. So there's a guy that fought in the United States Revolutionary War. Isn't that something? Boy, 'tis the season right there. A little crooked old grave marking. So there's one Revolutionary War vet there, but there's actually 3 of them in this graveyard. Let's see if we can find. Here's another one here, but I know there's another one. I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but this is David Daniels, who died in 1811, and then his wife, who died in 1820, is buried here too in the marker. And as you can see, there's the veterans marker, and look at that marker right there, 1875. Another veteran of the United States Revolution. It's really something. It's really something to sit here and think about what those guys sacrificed to stand up to tyranny and to become a new nation. And you know, these days, of course, with what's been going on the last year, I really wonder what someone like David Daniels would think about our government right now and how they're censoring media, pushing authoritarianism, and quelling free speech while they say they're for it. They're like Bizarro U.S. government, right? If anybody knows Bizarro Superman, that's what's going on. And it's a pretty sad day. I do have hope that all that will change. I don't know if it will during my lifetime, but at some point, people like David Daniels are going to have enough. We're getting into the newer part. This is Archie M. Payne, who died in 1958. His wife, Florence, who unfortunately he outlived by a few years there. But Archie's a veteran of the United States Army. World War I veteran. You know, and I bet there might be some World War II vets buried here. Maybe. Because there are some graves from, well, they go up into the 50s, so maybe not. Maybe not. But I sure wonder what those guys would think. Most of them gone now. We've got very little World War II veterans left, what would they think of the fascism that our government is dabbling in now? Oh, a whole lot more traffic than usual today. There's Justin Daniels, who died in 1866 at 74 years old, and there's his wife, who died 1863 at 70 years old. Prudence was her name. Those are sad. That's a marker for an infant. Probably died, as a newborn or something. Infant marker. Age 41, Dwight Daniels. But great place to come and kind of get with your thoughts and look around and try to remember that these people, they lived here, they built what we have. They fought the war to, form a new nation, the United States, to try to make laws and more fair for everybody. And of course, there's a lot of racism, and they only meant white people back then, but it still planted the seeds that they knew it had to develop into everybody. And by everybody, I mean everybody. I don't care what color your skin is, where you're from, immigrant or not, everybody. Transgendered, everybody. Gay, everybody. Muslim, everybody. Buddhist, everybody. Christian, everybody. Everybody. We got to get back to that. Hope you like the walk around the graveyard, everybody. This week we're heading to Wichita. Got a car show, custom car show in Wichita. The Beatniks car show. My good buddy Dennis McPhail putting on, and I'm going out there to play a set for him there in Wichita. So we'll see you out on the road. We'll hopefully we'll have some time to pull over and look at some stuff while we're out running around, and I'll do a little filming there from the car show. All right. God bless everybody. We'll see you soon.